They're not even hiding it anymore. CNN just promoted an app designed to help illegals evade law enforcement, created by an activist who compares Trump to Hitler. This digital weapon alerts criminals when ICE agents are near. 500% increase in attacks on our officers, and CNN hands out targeting tools. But that's only the beginning. Florida Contractor just exposed how illegals are stealing American jobs through shell companies, dodging every law on the books. No taxes, no verification, and no consequences. While you follow the rules, they game the system. And Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill promises to end these scams forever. And what you're about to see in this report will make your blood boil, so stay locked in. And while illegals exploit every loophole to drain your resources, your kids are being taught that America is evil. Well, no longer. We have the Tuttle Twins magazine, and it changes that. Yes, they are teaching real economics, liberty, and personal responsibility through engaging comics and activities that kids love. Oh yes, my kids love it. These are all the ones we get here at the house. Love it. Okay? No socialist lies, just truth about free markets and freedom. Parents are seeing their children transform from entitled to empowered. Right now, get an entire year for just $56 at TuttleTwins.com/next. Buy a subscription for your child, your granddaughter, your grandson, your niece, your nephew, a birthday gift, whatever. They'll get the gift of liberty in their mailbox every month. And these are seeds that will bear wonderful fruit. TuttleTwins.com/next. Don't let schools indoctrinate your kids while illegals game the system. Arm them with knowledge that builds patriots and not victims. That's TuttleTwins.com/next. So let's get into it. CNN up to their same old tricks. They just crossed the line, so dangerous and so reckless, even their liberal viewers should be disgusted. They're actively promoting technology designed to help criminals evade federal law enforcement. Meet Joshua Aaron, a man who thinks that enforcing immigration law makes America Nazi Germany. Well, his solution? An app that turns every illegal into a surveillance operative against our brave ICE agents. Watch this propaganda piece that CNN aired to all 5 of their viewers. Watch.
When I saw what was happening in this country, I wanted to do something to fight back.
Joshua Aaron developed ICEBlock. It's a free, crowdsourced app that alerts users when immigration and customs enforcement agents are spotted within a 5-mile radius of their location.
Will you just sort of explain what ICEBlock is and how it works?
Sure. So imagine if you're walking down the street and a notification comes up on your device and says ICE has been spotted 4 blocks ahead. Instead of continuing down that path, you can turn left or turn around and avoid the situation altogether.
Aaron grew up Jewish and has a background in tech, music, and activism. He says he sees parallels between the Trump administration's immigration crackdown and Nazi Germany.
We're literally watching history repeat itself. And so I thought, what if there was an early warning system? And that's what became ICEBlock.
An early warning system. History repeating itself? Brother, the only history repeating is lawlessness being celebrated by the mainstream media. This isn't resistance, it's criminal conspiracy. And then CNN doubled down, treating this security threat like some top-notch tech innovation. A reporter practically glowed while describing how illegals could dodge the very officers trying to protect American communities. The admission that follows will shock you. Watch.
The Trump administration steps up ICE raids and mass deportations. One tech developer is pushing back with an app designed to track ICE activity in real time. It's called ICEBlock, and it's controversial to say the least. CNN's Claire Duffy is with us now. How does this work, Claire, and what are the legal implications?
Yeah, John, I talked with Joshua Aaron, who is the longtime tech worker who developed this platform, and he said he really wants it to be an early warning system for people about the location of immigrations and customs enforcement officers. So he says he does not want people interfering with those officers' activity, but he does want people to be able to avoid them altogether if they want. So you open the app, it looks like a map, and users can tap the map to report an ICE sighting in their area, and then everybody who uses the platform within 5 miles of that sighting will get a push alert. This is a free iPhone app. It is anonymous. Aaron says he doesn't collect any user data. And what I think is really interesting about this in this moment is we've seen so many of the biggest leaders in tech supporting President Trump, but Aaron is sort of an example of the fact that there are people within the tech industry who are really resistant to Trump's policies. I asked him what he would say to those tech leaders who, for example, were at the inauguration. Here's what he told me. Take a listen.
I understand that you have shareholders to report to. I understand that you have employees that need their paychecks. But at what point do you say enough is enough?
I'm saying enough is enough right now. How about that, buddy? Anonymous tracking of federal agents, real-time alerts to criminal networks, and CNN calls it an early warning system. Warning for who? MS-13? Drug cartels? This is called aiding and abetting, plain and simple. But the ICE tracking app is just one tentacle of the octopus. A brave Florida contractor just exposed the mother of all immigration scams, and it's been happening under our nose for years. This confession reveals how illegals make more money than law-abiding Americans. Watch.
So I'm a small business owner. I'm a licensed electrical contractor in the state of Florida. The only way that I can hire an undocumented worker is illegal. I either pay them cash or they provide me fake documents showing that they have a social security card or they have some sort of work permit that's fake. That's the only way. But there's a loophole. Let's just say that the employee is Pedro, because I like the name Pedro. So Pedro comes in and says, hey, how about I use my LLC because I have a lawn service or a carpet cleaning service or whatever. And Pedro forms Pedro LLC. He gets workers' comp exempt because he's the only employee, and you don't need workers' comp if you're a self-employed individual. So now he just has liability insurance, and liability insurance is pretty cheap for carpet cleaning. So now I can pay him from my corporation to his LLC. And the only thing that I'm required to have is prove that he's got liability and workers' comp. I didn't pay him payroll taxes. I didn't pay workers' comp. I didn't pay any of that. He didn't have to worry about labor laws. I don't have to pay him overtime. He doesn't have to make minimum wage. It's just an invoice from a corporation to a corporation. And that's how it's done. So don't tell me there's no cash in contracting. There's no cash in construction. It's just a loophole from corporation to corporation.
LLC loopholes. No citizenship verification, no payroll taxes, no workers' comp, no overtime laws. They're not just taking jobs, they're destroying an entire labor market while you play by the rules. Democrats know exactly what's happening. Senator Amy Klobuchar went on TV crying about Trump's bill kicking people off health care. But watch carefully. She never says Americans, and there's a reason for that slip. Listen.
What does this bill do? It kicks 16 million people off their health care. 16 million people off their health care. In order to finance tax cuts for the wealthiest, in order to give multimillionaires a $400,000 tax cut, that doesn't make the world a better place. Adding $4 trillion in debt, $1 trillion of it is interest, which is going to make mortgage rates go up. It's going to make harder for young people to be able to maybe get their first house or pay their rent. It's putting it on their backs. It's putting it on their shoulders. That's why I don't see this as a big, beautiful bill. I see this as a big, beautiful betrayal of the hardworking people of this country.
Hardworking people of this country, that's what she says. 16 million, not 16 million Americans. 16 million illegals and freeloaders sucking the system dry while veterans wait for care. Klobuchar's tears are for criminals, not citizens. Representative McGuire towards the Democrats' talking points with brutal honesty. Here's his revelation about who's really stealing Medicaid benefits, and it will infuriate every single taxpayer who's watching. This is the truth that the Democrats just can't handle. Watch.
For cutting health care for millions of Americans.
Well, I got to tell you, we're basically making sure the people that deserve Medicaid get it. There's been a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse. Illegal aliens getting Medicaid. It's just not right. And we've had folks visit us with their child who maybe is in a wheelchair and really needs Medicaid, and we'll be able to free up that money to make sure people who need the Medicaid get the Medicaid. So we're right-sizing Medicaid, and we're eliminating the waste, fraud, abuse. And it's the craziest thing. You know, if our country was an airplane and we're all passengers and President Trump was the pilot, they want the pilot to fail. So President Trump is doing a great job. He's trying to turn this country around, and we need to be patriotic. We need to support the team, and we need to support a bill that's going to put gasoline on our economy and get it going and growing so we can have a better future.
Wheelchair-bound American children denied care while illegals get free health care. That's Biden's America. That's what Democrats defend. And Trump's bill ends this travesty. Senator Chris Murphy accidentally admitted the whole game. His panic about secret meetings reveals that Democrats know they are protecting criminals at the expense of citizens. Listen to him squirm. Watch.
They know what they're doing. Behind closed doors, when they have these secret meetings with each other, they are talking about how many people they're going to throw off of healthcare. Whereas in the public, it's like, no, it's just about Medicaid inefficiencies, cutting waste and abuse. But behind closed doors, they're literally handing paper to each other, in which they're talking about, yeah, we totally know that we're throwing millions of people out there.
So let's do it fast. Let's do it in the middle of the night, and let's do it with no hearings, no public data, no discussion of this, and let's not talk about it.
Behind closed doors, they know. They know they're throwing Americans under the bus to protect illegals. They know, and they don't care. Your family's health care means nothing compared to their voter replacement scheme. And the coordination's breathtaking. Tech companies create apps to evade law enforcement. Media giants promote them as innovation. Illegals exploit business loopholes to undercut American wages. Democrats protect their health care benefits while your premiums skyrocket. It's not broken. It's designed this way. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's time for my final thought. This is the war on American workers, and CNN just picked their side. An app to track our law enforcement, shell companies stealing jobs, free health care for criminals while citizens suffer. The media Democrat illegal alliance is real, it's coordinated, and it's coming for your family's future. They call it compassion. You know what I call it? I call it treason. Every illegal working through an LLC loophole is a job stolen from an American. Every Medicaid dollar given to an illegal is health care denied to a veteran. Every ICE agent tracked by this app is a target on the back of heroes protecting our communities. Trump's bill doesn't just end these scams, it destroys the entire criminal infrastructure. And that's why they're panicking. So here's my question for you. Should CNN face federal charges for promoting apps that endanger law enforcement officers? A simple yes or no in the comments below. If you stand with American workers, show it. Shop.nextnewsnetwork.com has the gear to make your position clear. Visit it. It's linked below.